introducing this evening ordinance 14-11 to prohibit the practice of fracking or hydraulic fracturing on lands owned by the City of Alliance or controlled by the City of Alliance, and to prevent the City of Alliance from treating and receiving fracking water, which contains a toxic soup of chemicals and known carcinogens. I think this is could present a real and present danger to our water source if this is allowed to go on near our sources of surface water, and therefore, Mr. President, I will be asking for suspension of the rules and action this evening. Thank you, Mr. President.
The benefits that this operation would bring about in the production of gas does not outweigh the possible catastrophe, disasters, or however you want to word it, that this operation can bring about.
Are you representing yourself, or are you representing Stark Park's position on this?
I'll say myself, but some haven't talked to my boss about it.
Okay, I want to make sure that's clear. There was some input requested from Stark Park, and I wasn't sure if you were representing that or not. Okay, please proceed. Any further?
That's all I have to say.
Thank you. You have a seat, then.
Because, well, I would agree with what Darren's just said, that I hope that the council is thinking about all the various ways in which this could be an issue. Number one being water acquisition for such an endeavor. That could be an issue as we have limited water resources in our area. Chemical mixing and the possible release to surface water in the process. The injection, actually, and the possibility of the slurry that goes into the well leaching out into the aquifers in the area, but also potentially washing when it comes back out and is retained. There's a potential for accident at that point as well. And also, of course, the wastewater disposal and treatment. There's just concerns all the way along the process. I know this is a potential for income for the city, so I'm very sensitive to the fact that this is tempting, but I hope that council will be thinking very carefully, and it may be down the road that this is something that can be done safely, but at the current point, I don't know that it is, and I don't think it's been studied carefully enough to really make that determination. So I'm hoping that council will take that into consideration and outlaw it for the time being until there's more data down the road. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here speaking as a resident of Alliance and asking council to support the legislation banning fracking in the water and around the reservoirs and on city-owned lands. And I think that at least at this time, we can't be guaranteed that our water will not be contaminated. But if it would go bad, we would be stuck with no other source of water supply for the city. And I'm a member of the Water Supervisory Board, so I'm somewhat familiar with the challenges that we're already faced with trying to provide adequate drinking water and things for the city residents right now. So I would hate to complicate the work that they're already doing to try to address all of the existing concerns.
Alliance by prohibiting the practice of hydraulic fracturing or fracking on all lands owned by and or within the City of Alliance, and declare an emergency. Mr. President,
Mr. Okey.
I move that we suspend the rule requiring 3 readings of ordinance 1411 before its adoption.
Second.
Mr. Okey moves, Ms. Phillips seconds. Do we suspend the rule requiring 3 readings on ordinance 1411? Discussion? Sorry. Excuse me. I made an incorrect statement. It's not a matter of discussion. It's not a debatable issue. 1411. Been moved and seconded that we suspend the rule requiring 3 readings. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
No.
Call roll.
Andrew. Aye. Clun. Aye. Doherty. No. Okey. Yes. Phillips.
Yes.
Rowan. No. Thompson. No.
Rules are not suspended.
Mr. President.
Second, I keep up with myself, Mr. Andrew. Okay.
Move that this be referred to the Law Director's Office as well as to the Property and Lands Committee.
Second.
matter ready for discussion. Mr. Okey.
Thank you, Mr. President. Given the importance to all the citizens of Alliance, I would move that this ordinance, if it's to be referred to a committee of the whole.
Second.
Any objection?
Without objection.
Okay, I think that's a wise move, folks. Okay, been moved by Mr. Andriani, second by Mr. Doherty, without objection, you refer to the law director and city council as a committee of the whole. Discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion carried.
Mr. Okey,
Yes, Martin.
disappointed at all that your motion didn't carry?
I'm not disappointed. It's just going to maybe take a little bit longer before we get that actually voted on, either favorably or unfavorably. So just a little bit of extra time delay before that can actually occur.
What prompted your interest in this particular issue?
My interest in this issue is prompted by the fact that we have a source of drinking water that would be jeopardized by the practice of fracking. And I'm not going to, not on my watch, I'm not going to let something that comes along and potentially could pose a risk of contamination to our water. It's just not, I'm going to do everything in my power to try to prevent that.
So this was at your own initiative? You haven't been contacted by the concerned citizens of Stark County?
I was not contacted by anybody. The first I learned about this taking place in Alliance was when I read in the Alliance newspaper that the city had been contacted by drilling companies that were interested in doing some fracking near our reservoirs, and I was very alarmed by that, as I think most people would be, and that's why I prepared the ordinance.
Are you confident that eventually council will go along with your...
I'm hopeful with that.
On the fracking issue?
Yes, sir.
Your vote tonight is signal that you're not going to support the motion eventually?
No, I don't think that's what I was trying to indicate. I actually voted to suspend the rules. There are some legal questions I have about specifics in the ordinance that I want the law director to review and clear up for us before we move forward. That was my main point.
I see. Do you have any familiarity with this issue? And
very minor. I started researching it over the weekend and specifically just today, trying to find out more about the fracking process. So I'm in the study mode as well as probably many people in the
fracking issue. At this point, I just wanted to get more information. You know, we've got the ordinance on Friday. I did look at some of the stuff on the internet. I just want to get more information before I want to make a knowledgeable response and have knowledge on the ordinance before I answer it.
So voting no tonight was not an indication that you're ultimately going to vote no?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, I just wanted more information before I make a decision on it.